Hello everybody! Welcome back to another vlog. I'm in such a good mood today. You guys like my crazy hair? Look at this. Crazy hair, don't care. Okay, hello, welcome back to another vlog. You guys, I'm in like such a good mood. I just dropped off the package for our winner of our giveaway, so that is mailed out. You guys, I will say this is like the most annoying thing ever. Did you guys know that now when you send anything to the post, you have to have like a return address, which normally wouldn't be an issue, but for me, I was like, okay, I want to do some more giveaways, but then I'm like, I don't want people to have our home address, and I don't have a P.O. box. So do you guys have any experience with P.O. boxes? Because I think it's just gonna be like, I think it might just be time. Because I've had like companies reach out to me wanting to send me stuff, and I've literally been like interested, but just kind of straight up just declined because I was like, I don't want some random company to have my address. So I don't know. If you guys have any like info with post office boxes, let me know. Okay, so this is like, I'm so excited about this. I literally just got this in the mail right now, and I'm so excited. I just ordered this off of Amazon. There is a YouTuber that I follow. In case you guys are like, what are you talking about, Serena? Remember how in my last vlog I told you guys, hopefully there's not lipstick on my teeth. No, there's not. I'm all over the place today. Had a shot of espresso. I'm gonna tackle the day. Itchy nose. Okay, I'm going all over the place. My last vlog, I told you guys one of my goals this year in 2019 was to be a plant lady, or like, you know, like obviously like a houseplant lady, but like a plant lady, like a grow a vegetable garden lady. I have a couple of fruit trees in the backyard that are very young that have given us some fruit. I've got a lemon tree that's doing really good, a Lisbon lemon tree. I'm so excited. But anyways, I follow a YouTuber, and I believe her YouTube handle is Roots and Refuge Farm. I love her so much. This is a girl named Jess, and she lives in like Arkansas, I think. And she has the most insane, most beautiful vegetable garden like ever. She had a video on like the 3 books or something like that that she recommended for like homesteading and gardening. This was one of the books. So I immediately, like, I'm very trusting with like certain people on YouTube. So if they tell me like, oh, you know, buy this, like I will buy it immediately. So I like watched that video that she did, and she said this was one of the books that she recommended. And I literally like, after like watching that video, I literally went right onto Amazon and bought the book. So this is called Grow for Flavor, and it's by James Wong. And this book looks so cool if you guys are into gardening anyway. It's got like, I don't know, it's a very like aesthetically pleasing book. Like, look at that. What are those, pears? Oh, those pears, look at that. Oh, beautiful. So it's very aesthetically pleasing, but I can tell it's kind of like segmented into like little snippets of information. That way you just kind of don't get overwhelmed with reading like long chapters, which, you know, everybody's kind of different in their style of learning. But for me, I'm so excited about this because I know like a little bit about like the basics of growing stuff in the yard, but I think like it's important to know about like soil and watering, and you know, there's little additives and stuff that you need to add to the soil and all that to get, you know, a really good tasting fruit, like fruit, veggies, anything. So I'm excited. So if any of you guys are like wanting to get into the gardening scene or are already in the gardening scene, this I'm so excited to check out. Like I said, it just arrived, so I have not been able to crack into it yet, but I'm like literally just like, like, you know, when you get a new book and you're like, I'm busy, I have stuff to do today, but you just want to get into it. That's how I'm feeling right now. So I really want to tackle one of the things that I said I was gonna do last year, and my husband reminds me constantly about, and that is finishing a refinished furniture project. So Marcus and I purchased, God, I don't even know how long ago. Maybe it's been already like a full year. This is how bad and procrastinating and start and not finishy I am, you guys. So I don't think I really like ever talk about it on my channel here, but I am a big fan of like repurposing things, refinishing furniture, that kind of stuff. But I didn't always make the time to finish projects. Notice how I didn't say I don't have time. I have the time. I don't make the time. That's what I'm trying to be more accountable, you guys. So I'm really excited. I want to finish this project. I started this project over a year ago. There was a desire for Marcus and I to create a bar area in one section of our house, and we purchased a wooden piece of furniture from a place in Oakland called Urban Ore. So it's Urban O-R-E, I believe. And it's like this cool junk heap, which is like, you know, totally not appealing to some people. But if you guys are anything like me, you kind of like the thrift dive, like garage sale, like, you know, junk treasure hunt. And this place is like junk. It's like a junk heap, but it's like, it has some good stuff. Like you gotta sift through a lot of garbage. Not actual garbage, but just about. And there was a piece that we found that was really cool. I'll show it to you guys in 2 seconds here. And I wanted to finish it because it really just needs another like light sand down and a coat of paint or 2 more. And then I just need to seal it with the sealer. So I wanted to kind of like show you guys that and maybe talk to you guys a little bit about like how I got to the point that because like obviously like I'm starting a half-finished project back up again like a year later. My husband always reminds me, he's always like, hey, remember that bar that you were supposed to? And I'm like, I know, I'm sorry. So I'm going to like probably change because I don't want to get like paint on my clothes, and I'm gonna wear some junky clothes, and then I'm going to bring that in and I'm gonna show you guys the piece that I'm working on. I'll tell you a little bit about it, what I'm gonna do, what I'm using to kind of refinish it, or what I have used so far and what I will be continuing to use. And then we'll just do like a fast forward of me kind of doing my thing. I'm not gonna be able to finish it today, so it's just gonna be a little bit of a clip and it'll be unfinished, and then I'll touch back in with you guys later when it is finally completed if you want. So I'm gonna go change and then I will be right back with you. Okay, so this is the piece that I was talking about. I'm just gonna warn you guys right now, the lighting is gonna fluctuate and be crazy, and the audio is probably not gonna be super excellent, but I just kind of wanted you guys to get like the full scale like idea of what this piece looks like. And it has wheels, which is cool, so it's like kind of like a makeshift bar cart. And right now these are detached. These are supposed to like, you push this in and then like these fold down, but I personally am like, no, like I would have them out at all times just because we have space for it, you know? So this is painted white. I painted it with chalk paint because I really like the look of chalk paint. And I'll show you the hardware that goes right here really quick. Okay, so this is what the hardware looks like. I really like it. So a lot of people when they like refinish a furniture piece, like I said, sorry about the lighting. A lot of people when they refinish a furniture piece, they change out the hardware, but I actually really like this like weird gold like knocker hardware. And it just goes like right here. So we just have 2 of those. And I'll just kind of show you like a close-up here. See, the wheels are the same kind of color as the hardware. And it's very dirty right now because it's been sitting in the garage. So it's got these nice details. And like I said, I've already put several coats of chalk paint on this guy. The plan is to have it actually against this wall next to our wine racks. Kind of messy right now. The plan is to have it next to this wine rack area and our little coffee area. Like I said, excuse the mess. We wanted to have it as a bar, so we would have like some, you know, liquors up there, maybe some more wine racks down there, because in general we usually have all of those racks filled with wine. We're pretty big winos. So I really prefer the rustic matte finish of chalk paint, and it's really easy to use chalk paint. Well, actually, let me flip the camera around so you can see me when I'm talking. Okay, like I said, this video is just kind of gonna be all over the place. So I prefer to use chalk paint because in general, a lot of the older furniture that you find it has like a gloss to it, and I don't want to fuss with stripping the gloss on an old piece of furniture, or, you know, stripping the varnish, all that stuff. I just don't like dealing with that. So, and in addition to that, I just really prefer the finish the matte, I guess, rustic farmhouse finish of chalk paint, and it's just really easy. It's really low maintenance. However, you know, there's pros and cons to using chalk paint. With chalk paint, I'm not an expert, but I've used it in several projects. With chalk paint, you need a ton of coats. If you have a piece that's darker and you're trying to use a lighter color of chalk paint. So I prefer white, I always have, and I actually joke that this coming year, this year 2019, I joke with my husband, I have this thing that I call like hashtag whiteout 2019. There's a lot of pieces in my house that we've had forever, and I'm tired of the way they look, so I want to chalk paint them white. So I found a brand of chalk paint that I like, so I'm going to show that to you guys. But in general, just note that if it's a darker piece of furniture, yeah, you're not going to have to sand like crazy before you paint. Yeah, you're not going to have to strip the item before you paint. Those are the benefits of using a chalk style paint. However, the negatives are that you're going to need way more coats of something to really get that overall clean white finish that you want. So, and I don't particularly care about something being super matte. I just want the low maintenance, low prep work that chalk paint has to offer me. Does that make sense? So I'm going to show you which chalk style paint that I'm using really quick. Okay, so paint. This is a very commercialized brand. This is Rust-Oleum. You guys have heard of Rust-Oleum. They sell spray paints and other paints. And then this is the same brand, and this is the matte clear coat. Now, one of the things that I personally, in my own experience, have struggled with when it comes to chalk paint is the annoying factor of quote unquote setting or sealing it. People will recommend that you seal it with a tub of wax. So you take wax in a tub, and then you take it with like a rag and you like buff it into the rag, and then you buff it into the furniture. I've done it before. I'm not a fan of the wax, the cured wax thing, for a couple reasons. When it comes to the wax, it's just a lot of elbow grease because you're sitting there like rubbing into a furniture piece and like really working the wax in, and it's not like catastrophic, but there's a couple ways you can go wrong with it, like if you don't use enough or if you use too much. And then not only that, but you have to let it cure because wax will harden after a time, and then you'd have to reapply it in a number of years, just kind of depending upon how much wear the piece is getting. So I really didn't like that concept, and like I said, I've refinished a piece of furniture before and used the wax to seal it with chalk paint that I had used, and I just really disliked it overall. I really liked the way that the piece looked, but I really disliked the chalk paint with the wax because the wax isn't very, to me, it's not safe and durable. So I wanted to find something that actually has a like varnish that's going to have a coat of something that's going to like save my piece from getting scuffed and crazy. Because with chalk paint, it's flaky if you don't seal it or wax coat it, at least like from my knowledge, from my reading and stuff like that. So Rust-Oleum was the way to go for me because they have this protective top coat. This is something that I can just paint on and be done with it. So that's what I'm gonna be using to finish the piece off. And then what I'm gonna do right now is I'm going to, the way that I'm finishing this piece off, let me set this down. So the way that I'm finishing this piece off is I'm just going to wipe it down, wipe it clean because it's covered in dust. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna sand it down lightly because with chalk painting, when you're prepping it, there's no major sanding. However, you wanna sand it down, you wanna sand anything actually down that you've painted already and it's dried for more than like 4 to 8 hours. This is dry over a year long of, you know, chalk paint. But you wanna kind of just disturb the surface that you're gonna be putting another coat of paint on and wipe it down, get rid of any of the grit, and then put your paint down. It just helps the paint adhere to the surface, like the new coat kind of meld in with the old surface a little bit better. So that's what I'm gonna do. Honest to goodness, the rest of this piece is not gonna get a ton of wear. I'm only concerned about the top because the top, and maybe the bottom here, just that one, that's where we're gonna be setting stuff. This is gonna be where it's gonna be getting the most abuse. So I'm actually just going to be cleaning this whole thing down, the entire thing, and I'm only gonna really be sanding and focusing on this top flat surface and this bottom flat surface. I'm gonna put another coat of the white chalk style paint on there. And then when that dries, I'm gonna be going over the entire piece in the clear coat. And then I'm gonna reattach the hardware and I will be done. So obviously it's a lot longer of a process when you're starting from the beginning. If you guys are interested in seeing kind of video like that from me, let me know. I will be starting pieces in the future. And like I said, I don't have a ton of experience, but I've refinished several pieces of furniture, and this is kind of what I've kind of learned, like the knowledge that I've amassed over the years. Because like I said, repainting furniture is like not a passion of mine, but it is something that, you know, you just get something better, something older, something sturdier, you know, for way less expensive than you would if you were to go out and buy it in the store. You know what I mean? So let's get started. Okay, piece is wiped down and dusted with a microfiber lint-free cloth. And then I'm gonna go in really lightly with this sanding block. This is a 220 grit sandpaper. You want to use something that's really fine because you don't want something coarse. You're not trying to strip the paint away, you're just trying to disturb the surface a little bit. So I'm gonna lightly just go over the areas that I'm going to be painting with this, really lightly. Okay, so my light layer of sanding is done, and now I'm gonna go back over and wipe everything down again with my microfiber cloth. There's just a little bit of dampness to this, like I literally just touched it with some water just so it picks up the dust and stuff. I'm gonna wipe everything down with this, and then we're gonna start on our paint. Okay, so I'm gonna use this paintbrush. This is like a spongy roller. Just a small one. I think I picked it up at Lowe's, and these are disposable, so I have a couple of these. And then I'm using these little guys for detail work, so if I have any corners that I need to get into or anything, that's what I'm using. And then a quick tip, you're supposed to use an actual paint tray. That's how you're gonna get the best results. I'm just using a paper plate because my house is a mess and unorganized and I can't find where anything is. But a huge tip, paint tray or not, is to never over pour your paint into your little holder, because if you over pour your paint, it's gonna slop on your brush and it's gonna just not give you the best application. So you wanna really get the application as even as possible. So you dip your brush in or your roller and you roll it around. You don't wanna glop the paint in there. So like what I'm probably gonna do is I'm probably gonna have a separate tray where I roll my brush in, and then I put another paper plate and I kind of roll out the extra foof, and then I go in to paint my project. Just a tip. You never want to over soak your roller or your brush because you're just not going to get a desirable application. Okay, so I'm letting this dry over here. I've got my coatings on both of the top flat surfaces, and then my little wings are off to the side over here and they're drying. So one thing I wanted to mention to you guys, this is turning into like a full-on tutorial rather than just like a random vlog. But I wanted to mention something to you guys. I'm gonna take you in close and show you what I mean before I go super into depth. But when you're chalk painting, and I think just in general when you're painting, sometimes when you're painting old furniture, I don't know what causes it, but sometimes when you're painting old furniture, if you're using a light color, like the white, you'll paint a coat and you'll notice that like a spot will kind of bleed up into the surface once the paint's dry, and you're like, huh, what's that? You just do another coat of paint and that spot blooms up again. I don't know exactly what it is. If any of you guys are super DIY savvy, leave it in the comments below if anyone's kind of curious. Make sure you guys, you know, foster each other's creativity down in the comments below. And like, I'm gonna go off topic here, but I'm not an expert. I'm doing things in this video that have worked for me in the past. So that's kind of what I'm sharing, but I'm not a professional painter or anything. But so in the past, I've had this kind of come up with my chalk painted furniture, and there's a solution for it I'm gonna show you. But first I'm gonna take the camera over here and I'm gonna show you the exact spot that I'm talking about. There's a couple spots, but there's only one that I'm like concerned about that I'm gonna fix. So I'm gonna show you right now. Okay, so you see the surface is looking nice, except, oh, what is this here? So see this right here? This right here, I don't know what it is. It's some kind of like bloom of like an oil stain. I'm not really sure. I know that sometimes with certain woods tend to be oilier than others, and you can tend to get this kind of like marring on your surface. And it's just, you know, it's not the worst thing in the world, but it's just not ideal. Same thing right here. These I'm not concerned about at all. But do you see this? This is like some kind of an oil stain, and I don't care about that at all because the wings are going here. But this one, I'd like to get rid of. So how are we gonna do that? Well, I'll tell you how. So this is a can of shellac. What is supposed to happen is if you find a spot that you want to shellac, you just put a little super thin layer of shellac over. Paige's little nails are click-clacking around. You put a layer of shellac over, and it supposedly just kind of covers that surface. And then when you paint over it and do another coat, it's not gonna bloom back up. So that's ideally what will happen, usually if the stain isn't crazy overly stubborn. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna let that dry back there for probably another hour or so before I apply this. And then I'm gonna apply this and then let that sit for like an hour before I reapply coats. And then of course I will fast forward you guys movie magic. Either, you know, I'm sure that I'll still be working on this today, but if not today, then I'll check in with you guys tomorrow and stuff. But it'll be this same vlog because of movie magic. I'm gonna go sit over there while this dries and read my new book. So excited. Hello, welcome back. So it's the next day, obviously, I've got like wet hair, just got out of the shower. So I feel so accomplished, you guys. I finished up, last night I didn't like continue filming just because I was just like, you guys know what's gonna happen. I'm gonna be slapping my paintbrush on this furniture piece. So I did do the shellac, super light layer of shellac, and then I went over with another layer of the white chalk paint. And then I went ahead and did my top clear coat today. So it's kind of sitting out on my patio, and it's like later in the day, but I'll actually just like bring the camera phone or whatever outside on the patio really quick so you can kind of see the finish, just so you can kind of see like the overall like finish after like the varnish and the lacquer is on. And then we'll talk again in 2 seconds. So let me take you to like look at the finish of it. So it's about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. You guys probably can't even really see it. I think it probably would have been better if you could see it in the daylight and stuff. I've got everything kind of segmented. The drawers over here and the wings are over here, but it's just like the slightest satin finish. And I really like the way it looks. Like I said, you probably can't see, but there's a texture to it that I really like. So let's go back inside really quick. Okay, so that was the look of it. I'm going to show it to you guys in the next vlog. I am going to just kind of let it, I'm going to bring it inside obviously, but I'm going to let it just kind of dry overnight. And then tomorrow probably I will screw in the wings and I will reattach the drawer pulls. So that's basically it, but I'll show you guys like if I like style it. You know, I say style like style it, just because it's like I don't really do much with my stuff anymore, you know what I mean? Like I just like to have stuff clean, especially that way if I dust, I can just dust it off and I don't have a ton of stuff to move, which might be difficult because that's supposed to be a bar cart, but it just looks so nice when it's like just naked, fresh and white, so I don't know. But anyways, so that is that. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And if any of you guys are very DIY savvy, make sure you leave it in the comments below if anybody has a question that I might not be able to answer. Because like I said, I'm not a professional. I've refinished furniture several times and it's kind of like trial and error and like what's worked for me. I will note that the chalk paint that I use, which is the Rust-Oleum chalk paint, that one specifically will tell you like on the back with the instructions, that one will specifically tell you not to use a roller brush, but I use a roller brush for the large flat surfaces just because I like the way the finish is. It's like, I don't know, to me the finish reminds me of like a fabric, like a linen. I just feel like the texture is really nice. But if you don't like texture and you want it to be like super smooth, like, you know, just overall, maybe chalk paint's not the paint for you because I don't feel like you get a very professional look. I feel like you get a very lived in, like homey look, which is basically like chalk paint's appeal to me. However, with the clear base coat, I did use a paintbrush because when it comes to varnishes and lacquers and stuff, you don't want to be messing around with a roller brush. Usually. Anyways, that's in my experience. So I hope you guys liked today's little vlog. I continued to read that book last night. Let me go grab it so you know what I'm talking about. Hold it up. I just wanted to finish off by saying I continued to read this book last night. I'm smitten. I'm only, the pages numbered? I'm only 54 pages in and I'm obsessed. I feel like this is a good book for somebody who maybe is, I don't like to use the word ADD lightly because I feel like it offends people, but somebody who has like more of a like shorter attention span, somebody who maybe does better with just snippets of information rather than essays and essays of stuff, because he really condenses the theory in the book into like little tips and tricks. I feel like it's almost like a gardening hacks book, like you know how you like on Instagram or Pinterest and it's like, oh, these are like life hacks. I feel like these are gardening hacks. I mean, this guy is like, I don't know if he has like a PhD. I don't know much about him because this is my first time kind of like encountering anything to do with him, but he really knows what he's talking about. It seems like it. So I'm a huge fan of this. If you guys are trying to be plant ladies, or you guys already are, and you guys want to just kind of like a fresh take on gardening, because he's kind of talks about like a lot of stuff like debunking planting myths and stuff like that. I mean, he goes over so many topics. So I'm really excited about this. This is a huge, like, pleasurable read for me. So I wanted to kind of just touch bases on that. Also, you guys see these lemons? These came off of my tree. I'm in hog heaven right now. Look at this. I've been posting pictures of them on Instagram because I'm obsessed. But like these are so big. I pulled them off of the tree yesterday, and there's still at least like 20 more on the tree. So I'm so excited about these. I'm just like, doesn't this get you like excited for spring? If you're curious where I got this basket, it's from Home Goods and it's porcelain or something like that. I usually keep my fruit in it. Let's see, what else did I want to tell you guys? Oh, please. I'm obsessed. Obsessed. So this usually comes with like a cutesy little bow. This is from L'Occitane. I don't know if I'm saying the name right. Like I've heard people say it L'Occitane or L'Occitane, but it's just, you know, L'Occitane. And oh my god, if you guys like rose fragrances, this is gonna be your jam. I was in Walnut Creek the other day, and Marcus was like, oh, Marcus never spends money on himself, but I purchased a shave cream or aftershave balm for him in the past from L'Occitane. They have like a men's line that's really fantastic, and I purchased like a whole set for him, like a shaving set once, and he really, really liked the aftershave balm. Actually, I think it's in here. Let me go grab it. I'm all over the place. This is the Cade aftershave balm for men. My husband's not bad and bougie. Actually, he's kind of bad and bougie. It just kind of depends, but it's nice stuff. So if you want to treat your man, Valentine's Day is coming up. If he's got a birthday, that kind of thing, that stuff's really good, and it's just really fantastic. But this is what I wanted to talk to you guys about. If you guys like floral perfumes, this is everything. So I've been really into the rose scent my whole life, like probably like more like into my like 20s, I've been really into the scent of rose. So L'Occitane has a rose perfume. That's this one right here. And it's so good. But I was like, so I'm almost out of my perfume that I bought. I think it's been like since like last spring or something, maybe sooner. I go through my perfumes a lot. I'll usually buy like a giant bottle of like a nice perfume, what I deem to be really nice perfume, and I'll just use it like crazy. I'm a big like perfume, what is it they say, like you smell like a French whore or something, like you just load the perfume on or whatever it is. Kind of a crass saying, but hey, I am that person. I just douse myself in my perfume. If I love the smell, I'm like, I don't care, I'm just like perfume city. But L'Occitane has this little set. It's only $30, and it's like meant to be like a layering set. So this is like your core scent, which is just rose, and it smells like pure rose. It's so beautiful. And then these are all rose as well, but they each have like, you know, different scent notes to them. So you can like put this on, and then you can layer this one if you want with it, that kind of a thing. So this one is called Rose, and this one is Burst of Relaxation. It's like a little blue writing. And then this one is just rose, and it says Burst of Cheerfulness with the pink writing. And then this one is Rose Burst of Vitality with the yellow writing. I love these. I like each of these individually, and then matched with these, they just are really fantastic. And I'm a sucker for packaging. Like, is this not the prettiest thing? I literally left it in the packaging so that I could tell you guys. And if I do a favorites video soon, which I probably will be, this is gonna be in it, because I feel like this is perfect for like the in-between before I go out and invest in like another perfume scent. And my favorite thing about these is that these are spray bottles. These are not freaking roll-ons. Like and how many ounces are these? 0.33 fluid ounces? I don't know. I feel like you get a lot of product for $30. So L'Occitane, if you have a L'Occitane near you. These are just beautiful. What was I about to say? Oh, I don't like roll-ons because I feel like your dead skin cells get all up in there. Like I won't like refuse to use them. Like I think I have like one Pacifica roll-on that I just keep in my purse because it's easy for travel, but I always prefer like a sprayer. You know what I mean? Anyways, I'm probably gonna let you guys go because I know that I've probably been like rambling, and this vlog will be so long with my furniture tutorial. But I'll show you guys more about the furniture tutorial next week. If you're wanting any updates, I still am on the keto diet. I have not caved. It's still working for me. I think I've lost at least 10 pounds. I haven't weighed myself super recently, but I've lost at least 10 pounds, and today is day 23. I think it's the 23rd day that I've been doing it. It has its ups and downs. Like sometimes it's like so easy, and then sometimes I'm like, like what am I doing wrong? I don't feel fantastic. Like right now I feel kind of like low energy, so I don't know, I'm just like maybe not drinking enough water, blah blah blah. I have a electrolyte powder here. I'm like, we'll let you guys go, and then I keep talking. I have an electrolyte powder that I use, and usually like when I drink that electrolyte powder, I just perk like right back up. So I'm just thinking like I probably need more liquids, and I need more salt and all that stuff. Paige running to go bark out the window. Thinking I just need more salt and stuff and electrolytes. Usually that perks me right up. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna go to the grocery store, clean out my fridge, get some food, and edit this video because today is Wednesday. This video will air tomorrow, which is Thursday. Again, thanks to everybody who participated in the giveaway. I love you guys so much. If you're not already subscribed to my channel, make sure you subscribe. I've got some Valentine's videos coming up for you guys. So depending upon what I get done today and tomorrow, you might see a Valentine's DIY this Sunday, or you might see nothing at all because New Year's resolution, not putting pressure on myself. I love you guys. Okay, bye.